Hello and welcome to Born Football TV. My name is Aaron Malolo, your host, and for this week we'll be looking at game week 2 of the English Premier League, particularly a game between Arsenal and Chelsea. Arsenal lost their opener against Brentford, which caused a lot of stir amongst the fans. They were asking themselves a lot of questions. That is Mikel Arteta really the guy? I mean, losing a team of Arsenal's caliber, top 6 club, losing against the new kids on the block. Excuse me. And Chelsea won their game against Crystal Palace 3-0. And we saw their new signing scoring his first goal. So it's going to be an interesting one, of course, looking at how Arsenal has been performing. Last season, they really didn't do well. Also checking the previous season, they finished 8th, and this last season they finished position 8th again. And of course, the season before the one that we just closed, Arsenal didn't qualify for European Championships for the first time in 25 years. That was Arteta's first season, of course, so I'm sure they gave him that grace period to say, okay, he's still fixing the mess of Unai Emery. Now, for the second season, again, the guy didn't qualify for European Championship, and now he comes to lose his first opening game. So, of course, that was an upset in Arsenal fans. And now Chelsea, of course, European champions, they won the Champions League and they've been doing well under Thomas Tuchel. But now their problem was scoring. They've not been converting. Their conversion rate was very low. I mean, under Tuchel, they only scored 25 goals. I know to someone that might not mean anything, but let me put it into perspective. Newcastle United scored more goals than Chelsea under Tuchel. So you can see that they were having a goal scoring problem. Of course, with the Timo Werner being the one at the edge of the sword, at the end of the edge of the sword, not being able to score goals. And of course, which caused Chelsea to go and break their bank to buy Romelu Lukaku, who has played for Chelsea before, but couldn't record anything for them, didn't do well. He was still a teenager. He had a lot to learn at that time. And now he's from Inter Milan. He's fresh from a champion. They won Serie A after a long time. And this was his best season by far, recording 24 goals and 11 assists. And I mean, there were only 3 players who did that. 2 of those being a Hurricane and Memphis Depay. Only 3 players were able to record over 20 goals and over 10 assists. That was Memphis Depay, Hurricane, and Romelu Lukaku in that same list. So Chelsea actually, of course, broke their bank to go and buy the guy, of course, which was a good thing. I mean, the guy scores goals, he scares defenders, he pushes defenders, he has the physique, he has the speed, he has the skills. And now, new to his style of play, he's also creative. I mean, he created 52 chances last season, and he also recorded 7 second assists in the previous season in Serie A. So that's quite a good addition in Thomas' squad. Of course, Chelsea, I mean, take nothing away from them. They have the second best defenders in the Premier League. They conceded 36 goals. The only team who did better than them was Man City. So, of course, defensively, the guys are good. I mean, but of course, their problem was that as much as they are able to defend, they cannot score. They had a goal scoring problem. And of course, now coming into this game, one thing we should not forget is the fact that Arsenal beat Chelsea 2 times last season. I'll repeat that. Arsenal took 6 points from Chelsea last season. Even under Thomas Tuchel, they won 1-0 in Stamford Bridge. They won that game 1-0 under Tuchel. Chelsea had everything in that game. They had the position, they were dominating the game. they had their shots, but even in their shots, they had like 19 shots in that game, only 5 were on target, you know. Still, that goal scoring problem, you know, they had chances, but they could not convert. And Arsenal only had like 5 chances, 2 of them were on target, and 2 of those that were on target, one of them was a goal, you see. So, of course, coming into this game, I know many people are inclined to the fact that no, Chelsea are the European champions. They've been doing well under Tuchel, but I mean, we need to keep in mind that Arteta beat Chelsea twice this season, and they beat Tuchel. So, of course, Chelsea are coming into this game as the favorites. But I mean, of course, for the fact that also they won their last game 3-0, and Arsenal lost 2-0 against a small team, a team that came from Championship, you know. But of course, I mean, this is a big game, you know, so I will not rule out the fact that Arsenal also have a chance. They may win this game. They have high chance, especially because they lost. So Arsenal, like, they are the ones who are coming into this game more angry. They are the ones who are coming into this game more hungry than Chelsea, because Chelsea are coming from a win. You see, if I were to illustrate this, I would put it this way. Chelsea ate breakfast. Arsenal missed their breakfast. And now we are going to lunch. Arsenal has not eaten. So, of course, Chelsea, they have something in their stomach. Arsenal have nothing at all. So they want to chow. They want to get, they want anything that can go into their stomach, even if it means winning the game with 1-0. And I mean, comparing this game is like that Tottenham and Man City game. I know many people were inclined to the fact that no, Man City is going to win this game. Tottenham, you know, they've been doing bad and everything. But to me, and I'm glad we recorded that video, to me, I was not looking at the team, I was looking at the coaches. Because, I mean, it was Pep versus Nuno. And Nuno, in 2019-2020, beat Pep 2 times in that season. He took 6 points in that season, and only 2 teams managed to do that. It was Man United and Wolves, who took 6 points from Man City. And the funny thing is that when they played against each other, when Man United played against Wolves, they played a draw 2 of those games. So it's like they decided, you know what, let's take points from these guys, and us, we want to play a draw. So really, that was interesting for me. And I actually had that in mind, that, you know what, Nuno has the capability, has the ability to upset Pep. And of course, also Pep played a very weak squad, which also made us to learn the fact that really City doesn't have 2 squads. Pep is just good with rotating the squads, you know. So it's like 2 squads, but it doesn't put the 2 squads independently of each other. He just rotates the players within the 2 squads so that it will make it look like, you know, it's 2 squads when it's really not. So coming into this game, for me, of course, Chelsea are the favorites. And of course, Tuchel did say that Lukaku will play because he started training on Tuesday with the team. So he's likely to play. And he has not recorded a senior goal with Chelsea. So I'm sure he will not want that record to continue for long. So, of course, if Lukaku plays, he will want to score. Of course, he will want to score. He'll want to make a statement in that game that is back in the Premier League, you see. So I'm really interested in this one to see how Arsenal is going to absorb the pressure, because they have that ability to absorb that pressure and only score 1 goal early in the game, and they park the bus and they just frustrate the team. And you know how it is when a team is frustrated. They keep making mistakes. You see. So it's going to be a tough one for Arsenal, especially looking at their defenders. Ben White, of course, he has a little experience there and there. But I mean, when you are dealing with a striker as Lukaku bosses the defenders around, you need experience. You need defenders who will be able to deal with that pressure, deal with that speed, because Lukaku, the guy has skill. He has the speed, and he's also creative now, you see. And he's also surrounded by creative players. Mason Mount, Christian Pulisic, Kai Havertz, Hakim Ziyech, Timo Werner. We know Timo Werner, of course, that he can't score. But I mean, you can't take away from the fact that the guy is able to create. Is able to play. He's able to create, he's able to make space. So it's going to be a really interesting one. And from my side, I think I know a lot of people are rolling Arsenal out, especially because after this game they're going to play Man City. So it's really a tough one. And I know many of us are rolling that, Chelsea is likely to win this one. Yeah, I know that is possible. But also let's bear in mind that this is the same Arsenal that beat Chelsea 2 times in one season. Took 6 points from them. From this same Thomas, Mikel Arteta took 3 points from him like it was nothing. So for me, it's really going to be an interesting one for me this weekend. And of course, we are hoping that it's going to be a game of high tempo, high tension, considering the fact the type of football that Tuchel plays. He plays with the wingers, he stretches the team. So yeah, I'm really looking forward into this one, and let's hope that it's gonna be a great one. And please, if you're still watching up until now, please be sure to subscribe, like this video, turn that notifications button so that whenever we post videos, you're the first one to know. And let the conversation continue in the comment section. Tell me what you think. If you're an Arsenal fan, do you have hope that your team can cause an upset? Of course, if you're a Chelsea fan, I know you're saying, we were going to beat Chelsea. We have Lukaku now. You say, let the conversation continue in the comment section. And from me, God bless.